Get money.
Hey you guys, it's me, Denasia Alexis, and welcome back to my channel. As promised, I am back again with another video in my college series, and this video will be on how to make money in college. A recurring theme in college student life is being broke. Everybody has heard the term or the phrase broke college student. Honestly, I feel like if you had a real college experience, at some point you have been dead broke. I'm only going into my junior year of college, and I can still recall a time when I had 36 cents in my checking account and I had $25 in my savings account. And you want to know why I had $25 in my savings account? It was because I had to have that to keep my account open. That's the only reason I had it. As funny as the phrase broke college student is, it's actually not that funny when you looking at your account and you have 1 cent in your account. Like, it's not funny. It's you really broke. And then I know we get to a point in college where, you know, we're trying to be adults and you really don't want to ask your parents for money. Even if you had the type of parents that like to give you money, at some point you're going to feel like you have the responsibility of getting money and saving it on your own. But with everything that's going on in college, you got to pay for school, you got to pay for your supplies, pay for books, you're trying to go eat with your friends, you want to go to this party, you know they tax for them party tickets, then you got to have something to wear to the party, you're trying to make sure your hair cute, your nails done and everything, and then you're going to look at your account the next Monday and you're going to realize that you are broke. As I mentioned before, yeah, college students, we are broke quite often, but you know, there are ways to fix that. Even though it's cute and fun to say, oh, broke college student, yada yada yada, you really don't want to have too many of them stories, because there's going to be a point in college where you're really going to need some money and you're going to want some. Like, you just spent all your money the weekend before doing all this, that, and the other, but now it's homecoming week and you ain't got no clothes. So you always want to figure out ways to make sure that you have money in your pocket, and not just for college related things. You are going to have emergencies in college. You may need some medicine, you might need money for an Uber or something like that. So you really need to make sure that you have some form of money on you at all times. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you about ways that you can make the money. My next video is probably going to be the video on how to save and budget your money in college, but right now we're just going to be focusing on ways to make money so that you won't have too many of those broke college student moments, because I promise you, it gets old, it gets tired, and then you don't want to be the person that's looking crazy when it's time to do something and then you don't have any money. So my first way to make money is to get a work-study job. If you've never heard of Workstudy, it's basically a federal program and you have to qualify for it through your FAFSA. When you're doing your FAFSA, usually they'll tell you whether or not you qualify for it, and you can select whether or not you're even interested in it. You have to qualify for it. So with that being said, if you don't qualify for it, you probably won't be able to get it unless your school can kind of work around with some things, but for the most part you're probably not going to be able to get it. If you're eligible for a full Pell Grant, then more than likely you're eligible for work study. So just make sure that if it's something that you're interested in, you check into it and ask around at your school and see who you need to talk to. The way work study money works is if you have like a balance or something at school, or if you need like money to assist with you at school, you basically like work and do stuff around campus to make the money. You're making like minimum wage. They have to follow your school schedule, so you don't have to work at times when you are busy. Usually the hours are pretty flexible and you make your own schedule so that your class schedule and other things won't conflict. Like I said before, if you want to, you can use your work study money to pay towards your school balances and stuff like that. Other than that, if you don't have any school balances or everything is already paid for, then that money goes straight to you. I do work study in the Career Services Center on my campus, and from my personal experience, I really don't do much. I sit at a desk, answer phone calls, transfer phone calls. I attend events for the office when I have a chance, and you know, I just do random things around the office, like filing papers or getting stuff out of supply closet, but it's never anything too strenuous. I'm only speaking from my personal experience, but I'm sure that for the most part you really won't be doing like a whole lot. It's not like a serious job. It's basically where the people that are over the office or the department that you're working in, where they need the extra assistance or they need the extra help, you'll be doing that job, or you'll be doing that kind of work. For the most part, I know on my campus we usually have like work study positions in different offices. Like I said, I work in the Career Services Center. You may have positions in the gym, They need people to sit at the desk in the dorm. I'm only speaking from my experience as a work study student, so if you want more information about how work study works on your campus, then you would have to ask around. If you qualify for a work study, I definitely say go for it. Like, I understand that you may be like, I'm in college, I don't want a job, it's going to take away time, but I set my work study schedule up to make it like in between my classes or putting it in times where I know that I'm not doing anything. I say that if you qualify for work study, definitely take advantage of it. That money can go to your school balance or it can go directly to you, and you can pocket it and do whatever you want. The next way to make money in college is to be a student assistant. Essentially, student assistants do the same thing that work study students do, but it may be like a department that doesn't qualify for work study students, or if they haven't filled out a position for their work study students, then they may have it in their budget to pay for their own assist. The student assistant program in my school still goes through the student employment center that we go to for work study, but like I said before, it's essentially the same thing. It's just like if you don't qualify for work study, or if a department needs some extra help around their office but they didn't qualify to have work study students, they may have it in their budget to pay you to be their assistant. The next way that you can make money in college is to be a brand ambassador. So I feel like if you're the type of person that likes social media, or you're a business, marketing, PR type major, then this is perfect for you. Regardless of how large or small a business is, most of the time they're looking for people that can promote their products on their social media accounts or their YouTube, and they're looking to get that engagement from all these different communities so that they can properly promote their items. If you're an influencer or you're looking into becoming an influencer and just learning the game, then I definitely suggest that you like go online and see where you can do different brand ambassador programs. For instance, I know Amazon has ambassador programs, Nike. I'm an ambassador for Impressions of Beauty if that's something that you're interested in. There are ambassador programs for Coca-Cola, for Shea Moisture, and for the most part, they're probably going to be sending you items that you can review on your Instagram, Twitter, or whatever, or that you just make posts about. Sometimes you can get a commission for promoting these items, and also like if the company can tell that their new customers are coming from your accounts or your social media, then you can get paid for what people spend with that company coming from you. I feel like brand ambassador programs are really fun. They give you a lot of experience in public relations, communications, business, and it gives you an overall idea of basically maybe like a field that you would like to work in. Like I said before, I'm a brand ambassador for Impressions of Beauty, and I promote like different hair and beauty companies that are Black owned or for Black women, and I love doing it because I'm a YouTuber and I'm also a business major, so it kind of just fits into what I see in later on in my life. It gives me that professional background, them communication skills that I need to communicate with other brands that I may want to work with in the future, and there are also paid opportunities through the program, so I get money, I get products, I get to do what I love and learn more about what I like to do. So it's all a win-win situation. My next tip for making money in college is to get a side hustle. There is something that you're good at that you can make money off of, and if you don't know what that thing is, search for it, because everybody has a talent or something that they can do that they're good at that they can make money off of. Whether it's tutoring, doing hair, doing lashes, whether it's doing nails, there is something that you can do to make money off of. Especially if you live in a dorm, girls love being able to have that convenience of being where they live and also being able to get their hair, nails, or whatever done in their dorms. So just try to promote yourself in the best way that you can. Showcase that you can do hair, or you can do braids. Showcase that you can do lashes, or that you're good in math, you can tutor, and capitalize off of that, because somebody is willing to pay for your services. Let people know what you're good at and what you can do. If there are like group chats that you have at your school, drop your flyers in the group chats and stuff. Be a shameless plug. It's okay. Post your work on your social media accounts and let people know that you're available. Let people know that you're available and that you're willing to do these things. The beauty of having a side hustle is like it gives you practice to perfect your craft, especially if this is something that you can see yourself doing later on. Like a lot of people that do hair and nails in college, that may be something that they want to pursue in the future. All those nails and stuff that they're doing, that they're getting paid for in college, that is experience that's going to make them better for in the future when they decide they want to charge more, that they want to start their own business out of this. Really evaluate yourself and see what you're good at. There's literally something that you're good at that you can make money off of. I have friends that do photography, tutoring, hair, nails, lashes. If I can think of their Instagrams and stuff, I'll probably like link their pages and stuff in my description box so that y'all can check them out, because let me tell you, they making their money, okay? My next tip that I have for you is to be a research assistant. So something that is really common amongst STEM departments and STEM majors is research programs. Aside from your professors teaching, a lot of them are doing research, and a lot of this research is funded by federal and state grants. So they're willing to pay students to help them with their research, because of course a lot of it is long-term research and it's going to take a while to do, has a lot of components, and they're going to need that help. And the great thing about research assistant programs is that most of them are paid, and they are paid well. Like, I know the ones at my school, they get paid quite a bit. And STEM majors aren't the only people that have research programs. There's a lot of research done in psychology, accounting, marketing, or any other thing that you're interested in or that you're majoring in. You can just try to search around in your department and see if they have those research programs and if they're willing to pay students to assist with those things. A lot of research related internships, co-ops, and full-time offers require you to have some form of research before you can get accepted into the program. That being said, if you're doing that research amongst your professors and you're helping them with their research, then that's going to give you the experience that you can put on your resume, and you know, you're getting paid for it, so why not? So my next tip for making money in college is to start a YouTube channel. I'm sure most of you all know that people do get paid for doing YouTube. You can monetize your channel after you have met the requirements that they have for a monetization, but once you reach those requirements, you can get paid through Google AdSense, and also you can qualify for like different sponsorships, and people are going to want you to promote products on their channel and stuff like that, and you can get paid for those. So there is a lot of money to be made in YouTube. I don't really suggest that you do YouTube just for the heck of doing it or just to make money. This has to be something that you really like to do, and you have to genuinely have a purpose and want to help people in some type of way. Because whether you know it or not, most people watch YouTube videos because they are helpful or they give some form of value to people's lives. So make sure that you have a purpose before you start a YouTube channel. It is something that you have to be dedicated to. You have to be consistent to get to that point where you can make money and reach your requirements for monetization. But just know that there is money to be made in it if that's something you like. My last tip for making money in college is to get a part-time job. I put it last because I know that sometimes getting a part-time job in college can be a huge weight on your shoulder. But if you know that you really need the money, if you're really struggling and you really need some money, then that is definitely an option, especially if you have a car and you're able to travel to and from by yourself. I suggest that if you do get a part-time job and it's off campus, make sure that you get it somewhere that's near campus so that you won't be wasting a lot of your money on gas. And I feel like it's safer, especially if you're working at night. You won't have to travel too far or too late. My biggest suggestion for this is to make sure that you're not slacking on your studies by focusing on your job too much. I've seen students make it happen to where they're a full-time student and they have a full-time or a part-time job, and they make both of them work by staying on top of their studies and making their money. But I've also seen it to where people start making money and they forget about their studies and it becomes all about the money. So if you're really serious about your college education and you also want to make money, just make sure that you're prioritizing school first. And if the job becomes too much for you and you know that you have another way to make funds from campus or a way that won't interfere with your school schedule, then make sure that you take the latter option. So that was my last tip. Of course, there are several other ways that you can make money in college. I tried to make sure that most of these things were on campus. I tried to make sure that most of these things were able to fit and work into your school schedule so that you wouldn't have too much stress on yourself. The moral of the story is, like I said before, being broke in college is kind of common, and there are going to be moments where you're broke in college, but you really don't want to make that a way of life. You don't want to always have to worry about where your next meal is coming from or be stressed when it's time to like have fun and stuff like that. You want to have money for security, and you also want to have money to have fun. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Also, if you have any more suggestions on how you can make money in college, leave those comments down below, because there are going to be incoming freshmen or people in college that really need this advice. So if you have any more advice or any more suggestions on ways that you can make money easily in college, then I suggest that you just comment those down below. Also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this. With that being said, that's all I have for you guys, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.